Durban residents have tried everything, holding meetings with officials, blocking roads in protest, and threatening further protests. Their struggle for water has now become a crisis. The floods in April not only destroyed homes, but also crucial infrastructure such as water treatment plants, pipes and roads. The municipality is currently overburdened as many communities now rely on tankers for water, but they aren't enough to cover everyone. Residents are complaining about poor communication from officials, the slow pace at which damaged infrastructure is being repaired, and general neglect.
We're supposed to have gotten 2 tanks per day. We're just getting 1 tank per day. Sometimes the tank has to come 2-3 times, which is also very difficult because people cannot function in a normal manner without basic need of water. So we also feel that the powers that be could have done much more than what is being done right now.
There's no communication from any municipality person telling us about what's happening with the water, what's the problem and how long it's going to take or how they're going to fix it. Even if they bring the water cans to this place, there's a lot of houses there and not everyone gets a chance to get water. So basically we've been chasing water canners around.
Many feel like their cries aren't being heard. Sometimes water tankers take weeks to reach certain communities and other more inaccessible communities are ignored.
Our service and the Indians is totally different. Totally different. If you can go right now in village or in Candice Hill, you will see how they bringing the water. Maybe it's 3 or 4 trucks in one road. But here in Hambanati, hey, you don't see all those things happening. You see 1 truck go Hambanati Road. It doesn't even reach the second school. There's a Nkosibomvu Road. It starts here, it ends. It's long. It's too long. But there is no Jojo tank. There is another road here called Zola Place. There is no Jojo tank. But you never see even 1 water tank that comes to these 2 roads.
It's a nightmare for the elderly who cannot chase the water tankers around. It's also tough for those who don't have private vehicles as they cannot fetch water from rivers. Some residents have spoken about the ill treatment they get from drivers and local ward councillors.
Ukhona abantwana bayakha ithi ngizane ibhakbhak zami ivela isuka imoto intomazi ingane isengaphansi kwemoto ithi ifaka amanzi. Unfortunately bengayiphethe ikhamera ifoni ngabe ngiyithathile inamba yelokhuza nemoto ngoba into eyenzekile ayibanga yinhle.
When there is a mayor that has to come through, they are being informed early, especially the councillors and the guys those are working from municipality, and they will make sure from that day they bringing enough water tank inside Hambanati, and because they knew there is a mayor that is coming through. So the following day, we don't see none of those water tanks coming.
Other frustrations include paying for a service that simply isn't there.
We're still paying for this water that we are not using it. Now we're almost approaching 3 months and we don't have water. In April we did pay, end of May we did pay. When you ask the meter readers why are we paying, they said they're only estimating. It's really frustrating because in the houses maybe there is 10 of us, and then when we have to bath we have to use a jug.
Amanzi ngendlela abasinikeza ngawo angazi noma siyareshinwa yini ekubeni amanzi siyawakhokhela. Okumanje umasipala uyasicharge every month. Amabhilini ethu kuphuma ilokhuzana ilento imali yamanzi. Abamanzi engekho for 2 months asinawo.
The municipality has on numerous occasions raised the issue of not having enough water tankers to supply everyone. They say councillors should be proactive in reporting these matters to the city.
We also depend to councillors and community structures to distribute these water tankers to all the VDs that are affected. There are areas where there is nothing. So those are areas which are our priority in terms of supplying water tankers. So if there is a challenge that the water tankers are not coming in this area, we'll need to be informed by the councillors. Remember that Ochongat is not the only area with the challenge of water in eThekwini.
But councillors say they themselves are struggling to get in contact with relevant officials.
Trying to get hold of officials is a major concern because they don't answer their phones, they don't respond. So that makes it very difficult for us, to try and interact with officials. So you can scream and shout at me as much as you like, but that's actually not going to help.
In some areas, officials are busy fixing the broken infrastructure. For now, though, it looks like these communities will have to rely on the little water they are getting. Letsi Wemdluli, Durban.